All right, Pender poll for Texan fans. Seth, hopefully you haven't looked at this yet because I love it when you guess. Okay. Which of the new rookies in the AFC South are Texan fans most concerned with having to face twice this season? Cam Ward, drafted number 1 overall by the Titans. Travis Hunter, Jacksonville traded up from 5 to 2 to draft him. And then Tyler Warren, drafted 14th overall, the tight end out of Penn State by the Colts.
All right, this is going to be a tough one. It's always hard when there's 3 candidates for me to nail the percentages, but I think Travis Hunter is going to win it. By what amount? People still remember Vince Young coming in as a rookie with the Titans and doing a lot of damage, so maybe some people are going to vote Cam Ward because of that. I think Travis Hunter wins this, getting 73% of the votes.
Nope, your spidey sense a little off on this one. Tyler Warren is the winner on this one.
Won it.
Tyler Warren, well, he's winning. It's still open if people want to vote. I put it up last night. As of right now, it's very close. Tyler Warren, 42.6%. Travis Hunt, 4%. So it's a dead heat between those two. And then Cam Ward is fairly far back at 16%. It's pretty funny that the quarterback, I guess that stands to reason. I mean, there's a better chance that Cam Ward is a bust than these other two guys, just based on the bust factor of highly drafted quarterbacks. But it sounds like yours would be Travis Hunter, just based on what you think maybe the masses would say. But what is yours in that?
Mine is still Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I think that now Cam Ward, with any rookie quarterback who has elite physical traits, I worry about his ability on any given Sunday to show that. Those show up. Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is a horrendous NFL quarterback, as evidenced by his 50% completion percentage. And yet, we know that on any given Sunday, he can absolutely destroy you because he's capable of great things. Cam Ward likewise. Okay, there's going to be throws that he makes that he shouldn't make. And he's going to have a game where he has 4 or 5 interceptions this year. But he's also going to have a few games where he just absolutely goes off. Mm-hmm. So I get nervous about Cam Ward in that regard. But I think Travis Hunter, just because the potential for him to just put on displays of extreme, I would say showmanship, but that's not his personality. Just extremely rare athletic ability.
Yeah.
And if he's doing it on both sides of the ball, it just adds a dynamic to game planning against the Jaguars that's really, really hard to account for.
Your answer is Travis Hunter. My answer is Travis Hunter as well. What's the case, if you had to make a case for Tyler Warren, who's winning this poll right now?
He's part of it. Okay, if I have to, first let me explain maybe where some of the psychology is. I think a lot of people had fantasies in their minds of the Texans in a surprise move trading up for Tyler Warren, or that somehow Tyler Warren would fall to the Texans. Hey, and when Loveland's the first tight end off the board last night, you start wondering, like, I don't know. Maybe there's something good about it. Maybe Tyler Warren's got maybe he's got issues at home that ultimately drive him down, but can be overcome. You know, you kind of hope that, I don't know, he's got some kind of issue. So I just don't get it, just because he's stepping into a horrific situation and having a quarterback who's either going to be Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones. And the tight end isn't the guy that's going to absolutely crush you if the quarterback's incapable of throwing the ball consistently to anybody.
Yeah.
If the Colts want to turn this into a dink and dunk offense, then by all means let them.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler Warren might break a few big ones here and there, but he's not going to be as much of a menace and a threat on a down by down basis as potentially Travis Hunter or Cam Ward. Plus, you got to remember too that Hunter, if he's playing more wide receiver than defensive back, he's paired up with another really good young wide receiver.
Brian Thomas Jr.'s name should have come up by now. You're right.
That situation is as good as it could possibly be for Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
I'm not convinced that Trevor Lawrence is actually a really good NFL quarterback, but I flat out know that Anthony Richardson isn't.
Yeah. Some explanations on the text page. Texans suck at covering tight ends. That's a text message from Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer text. Well, this is a different texter, but same point. Texan fans are concerned because Travis Kelce's given the Texans defense issues even at an old age.
Yeah.
So what would Tyler Warren do? Yeah. Those are. I mean, they're all good players. I don't think there's not a bad. There's not a bad answer. I'll tell you what I'm excited about with Travis Hunter, especially he's going to be used on both sides of the ball, and it would appear that he's going to. In fact, let's play, Ben, if we could. Let's play Gladstone here. This is Gladstone when he was asked about the F them picks mentality with the Rams, where they would trade major draft capital to make big moves like he did last night.
I probably got some familiarity with the them picks sort of process. So for our fans, I'll tell you, don't be scared. This is something I'm uniquely positioned to navigate, and we ended up with we ended up bringing Travis Hunter to Jacksonville, and with that, he is somebody who is deserving of a first-round draft pick as a wide receiver, and he is worthy of a first-round draft pick as a corner. Certainly look forward to each of those elements showing themselves over the next few years while he's under his rookie contract. But, yeah, we're excited about just getting him in the boat, so to speak.
Multiple people have reached out to me via text this morning and said he sounds stoned, the magical Gladstone today, or the magnificent Gladstone.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little bit of that. Yeah,
Amy's like, he sounds. Amy texted me. She's like, he sounds like Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I tell you what, honestly, the part that I was kind of surprised about, where he said that I'm uniquely
to navigate the situation. Navigate was the word you're probably trying to think. He's uniquely qualified to navigate the situation.
Qualified was the word I was looking for.
Gotcha.
Okay, so uniquely qualified to navigate the situation. That would almost be like if Nick Caserio had showed up and in one of the first moves he made, that now, like what his first draft pick was Davis Mills. But okay, what if Caserio gotten up and said, like, well, a lot of people scoff at drafting a quarterback in the third round with your first pick. But look, I was in the organization that had Tom Brady, who became one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
He'd have gotten crushed.
I am uniquely positioned and qualified to make a pick such as this.
He'd have gotten crushed, and I think a lot of it would have been because Jack Easterby was still in the building at that time.
Well, plus he wouldn't have said that.
No.
Like he wouldn't have said. He just, Jack Easterby was in the building, but he also, like, Caserio tries really hard to not make it about himself.
Yeah.
Gladstone was kind of like, hey, don't worry, I'm in charge now.
But the reason I bring up that he would get crushed is everybody in Jacksonville seems to be lapping up everything Gladstone is saying. Like, I don't think they gave one crap that he's bringing up the Rams last night. Like, they love him there. Right,
yeah. I wouldn't look, honestly, I think it's a good move by the Jaguars. I don't begrudge them one bit. It was a bold move for a very unique player, and they have a GM who's uniquely qualified to do it.
You and I both like the Will Anderson trade. I think if you like the Will Anderson trade, then it's hard to criticize the Travis Hunter trade. They're the same trade almost.
The Will Anderson trade was because one of the biggest assets for Will Anderson was very much about the intangibles.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the same caliber of unique physical specimen and football player in college that Travis Hunter was.
Yeah, nobody.
So that's where,
yeah.
like, man, that's a lot to give up for, at the time, Will Anderson. Remember, like, Will Anderson was very, very raw as a pass rusher.
You and I were having conversations about drafting Tyree Wilson instead of him 2 days before the draft.
Because Tyree Wilson did some of the defensive end things. He had more polished technique than Will Anderson did. So there was still some projection with Will Anderson. The thing that really put him over the top was all of the intangibles. And that's something that we as fans can't see and also get tired of hearing about because every coach is gushing about the intangibles of various guys, half of whom end up being bums.